Hi guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to change the water pump seals on your bike. Now the only thing is, I haven't got a fucking bike anymore, but I've got this. So this is basically what you need to know anyway. First thing you want to do is when you go out on your bike, warm it up a bit and then drain all the oil. Obviously when you come back, that's where you drain your oil. Just take that out, make sure you got something underneath it to obviously catch all the oil and stuff like that. What I normally do is just undo this screw and let some air get into it so it runs out faster, kind of thing. Yeah, when you've done that, the next thing I suggest is you undo the clutch at your handlebars. Just wind the screw all the way in towards the lever so it becomes loose. Pull the cable out, pull the nipple out of it and stuff like that, so it's nice and loose. And yeah, the clutch is normally the first thing I take out anyway. So what you want to do is, if this is undone that you did for the oil, then you should be fine. Behind there will be this, which goes in here like that. So obviously there's the hole there, you'll be able to see through, and your cable basically comes in from here and it attaches to here. So if you loosen it off, push it down, so push the metal bit of the cable through the sleeve, and what it should do, it should come away from here, and then you'll have to use some long nose pliers or something just to like push it out of this this hook. Okay, so it'll be that way, so you need to push it away from this and make sure it comes out. Once you've done that, you should just be able to pull the cable out of here. Just pull it out. There'll be two little O-rings on there. Just pull it out. Should be fine. If it's not coming out, then you haven't, taken it off properly. Yeah. So once you've done that, next thing I normally do would be the gear lever or the gear selector, whatever. So obviously it'll be attached here on the spline. So if you undo that, I think it's just one Allen bolt, I think it is, and then it might need a bit of a wiggle to, pull it off, and then it should just hang there then. The next thing will be your two-stroke pump. Obviously this is the 122 Rotax, this is taken off the 2001. There'll be a cover on here. Obviously you take off the 3 bolts and then just pop that cover off. Then inside you'll have these 2 bolts here attached. If you undo those, it should just pull out, there'll be like a bit of rubber here holding it in. Just pull that whole assembly out to one side. The next thing, after all the oil's drained and everything, the clutch lever and everything's undone, what you can then do is undo this, all the ones around the outside. I think it will be this one you'll have your earths attached to, so there'll be a couple of wires there. Just make sure you remember where they bloody are. And where they go, don't tuck them up inside the bike somewhere and then end up losing one, because you're going to need it. Yeah, so once that's your oil's drained and everything, the two-stroke pump's off, your gear lever's off, what you can then do is drain. You have to drain your water. So I think somewhere down here, like underneath the engine or whatever, there'll be an out to drain your coolant. So you'd have to undo that. I can't remember. I don't think it's on one of these cases. I think it's further inside. Yeah, you'll see it anyway. It's quite deep, the hole it is to do it. yeah, you'll need to drain that, so drain all your coolant out. And then, once you've done that, this should just pull off. So obviously your spline will be here, so you'll have to give it a bit of a wiggle to get it off, kind of thing. Try not to, you know, get a screwdriver in here or anything, because this is crap. It'll just snap, probably. It'll snap and break and crack the casing and everything. You want to try and keep the gasket as good as possible, really, because it doesn't really get that hot, so you can use it again as long as it's not ripped, or, you know, it's not much for a new one anyway. Yeah, so when you get that off, you should see this. That is inside your engine. So I've marked here where, you know, the bits you need to take off and things like that. And at the top left, it should be just behind where your oil pump was, just behind here. You should see a little white cog and a yellow cog, I think it is. You need to take those two off, and then, yeah, you need to take those two off, and then there should be another two bolts behind them cogs. That's your water pump. So you need to undo those two bolts there, and then that water pump should just pull out. It might be a bit stiff at first, but just give it a bit of a wiggle and just pull it out. It'll just slide out. And then on there, you'll see the two seals you need to replace. I recommend buying one of these kits. There's loads of different sizes of O-rings and things like that, so yeah, it's pretty good. When you're fitting your new O-rings, make sure they're exactly the same size that the ones you took off. Put some water on them, because you don't really want to use any sort of lubricant like washing up liquid or anything, because obviously it's a water pump. If it gets wet, it's going to froth up and bubbles and fucking shit and all sorts of fucking crap. So yeah, try and use some water, or just some grease or something, but don't use loads of it, only a tiny bit should be fine, as long as it just slides in there nicely, or if it goes in nice enough without any, then do it like that. Yeah, pop that in, pop the two screws back on, the two Allen bolts, sorry, to hold the water pump in, put your cogs back on, and then I think that should be fine. Make sure your gear selector and everything's obviously still attached, the fork selector, sorry, because that kind of tries to pop out sometimes, but it's fine. If you need to take your clutch off while you're in there, that whole clutch assembly should just pull off as well. So yeah, put it all together or anything. If you've got any questions, just leave any comments or questions in the comments box. So yeah, please like, subscribe, and peace out to you fuckers at the Aprilia rs125. Yeah, don't get the full throat.